press the way they did against France the other night and try to steal a ball high up on the field and punish the U.S. Either way, this is going to be a great test for this United States team. And coming into this tournament, I didn't expect that out of this match. I thought that was going to come against Germany.
A play to watch tonight, the teenager Mallory Pugh. She'll play higher up the field. Your thoughts on that?
Well, with Mal Pugh, it's not about whether she's going to be a part of this team come 2019 World Cup. It's about where is she going to be utilized best. And tonight is another experiment that Jill Ellis is looking to see if she's best up top, out wide. We're going to see.
I think, Jenny, you said at the top it's chilly here. Nope, it's downright freezing. Back to you.
JP, thank you so much. One match already in the books, France, Germany, but no one able to get it done.
Right, Henri gets on the end of that service, but puts it over the top. And then Majri here does a great job, takes the ball inside, finds Camille Abbeli, but again, the shot is off target. Germany was better in the second half, and here Jennifer Marchand catches Bohadi off her line, but then Isaacor can't finish the rebound. That game ended up 0-0.
Well, this is how things stand right now in the round-robin format of the competition. The United States looking to continue to stay undefeated in this tournament.
Well, they want to win, of course, but if they win, they will have the ability to tie against France and still win this tournament.
Well, a sold-out crowd just a few miles from the Manhattan skyline, nearly set as kickoff now less than 15 minutes away. US-England next on Fox. Welcome back to the She Believes Cup pregame show, sponsored by AT&T. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny Taft alongside Tony DeChico. Well, it is a chilly day for some soccer, but everyone is looking forward to it. And it's going to be the 14th meeting between the United States and England. And earlier today, our Allie Wagner had a chance to catch up with Alex Morgan.
Alex, Jill Ellis has been doing a lot of rotating in the lineup. Tonight you're getting the start up top with Mal Pugh. What are you personally looking to imprint on tonight's match?
I just want to be able to provide what the game gives me, and England is a pretty physical and aggressive team, and they look a lot for the defenders to play long balls. So for me as a forward, I want to make sure I'm connected to our midfield and looking for those second balls, and just being able to give what the game provides me, whether that's in behind the back line or if the back line drops off, then finding space in front of it and running at the back line.
And overall, what's been the main message from Jill to you guys as you head into tonight's match?
It's just continuing the momentum. We want to win the tournament. We haven't played England since last year at this tournament, so it's just important for us to continue the momentum we had from last game's win and continue to possess well, and it's obviously important for us to regain the ball whenever we lose it.
Awesome. Good luck tonight. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Well, Alex Morgan making her first start of 2017. And Tony, what will you be watching for specifically from Morgan tonight?
Well, I know Alex Morgan. I've coached her. She's very competitive, Jenny. She knows that Lynn Williams and Kristen Press had a good game. She wants to make a statement and show Jill Ellis that she's still the #1 option as a forward for the USA.
Well, also in the lineup tonight, Crystal Dunn. And if you remember, last year in the She Believes Cup tournament had quite the finish, coming off the bench to score this game winner.
Yeah, good little pass from Megan Klingenberg. That run from Klingenberg allows Dunn to spin central, and how does she finish this shot? Upper 90, no chance for Beardsley. That was the game winner.
And Tony, we've been talking a lot about the new faces to this lineup. How about Rose Lavelle making her first start tonight, her first cap? There's got to be some nerves for her, but what are you excited about seeing from Rose?
Well, Rose Lavelle is very technical, and Jill Ellis likes that. And she's getting a start. She's going to be out on the left side, which isn't her best position, but she's left-footed. She's got a great service. This is a great opportunity for her to show Jill that she needs to be a regular member of the USA.
And I liked what you said about Mallory Pugh the other day. You told me she's the kind of player that gets things done. She'll be up top with Alex Morgan. What about those two?
Well, I think Valerie Pugh is way beyond her age. She's sophisticated, she's athletic, she sees the game really well. I think she's a wonderful option as a forward. We know she's a wonderful option out wide. I'm excited to see her play with Alex and to see them looking for each other.
How about Ashlyn Harris getting the start for the keepers? A little bit of competition there.
Yeah, you got to have competition around the field and certainly in goal. I think Alyssa Nair is the #1 right now. She's earned that. But Ashlyn Harris is close, and she's a very good goalkeeper. And if one thing we've learned, both goalkeepers, more than one goalkeeper has to get capped, has to be ready.
Well, let's take a listen as both teams take the field. Captain Carly Lloyd leading the way. A sold-out crowd at Red Bull Arena ready for the United States and England. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back live on Fox. The sold-out crowd at Red Bull Arena are bundled up and ready for the United States and England. Kickoff minutes away. JP Delacamera and Allie Wagner will have the call next on Fox.
This is the She Believes Cup from Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. We're getting ready for the USA versus England with Allie Wagner. I'm JP Delacamera. First game ended up scoreless, France versus Germany. Moments ago, Jenny Taft caught up with USA head coach Jill Ellis.
Well, Jill, you have emphasized the importance of experimentation throughout this tournament. 7 new faces to the starting lineup. What was the motivation behind those changes?
I mean, I think when you get teams that are as good as this on the floor, you've got to make sure every player experiences that and test them at the highest level. So it's given those players a great test today against England. All right, we'll see you on for that. All right, thanks. Thank you.
Mallory Pugh playing up higher tonight. We'll see how she combines with Alex Morgan. Carly Lloyd and Mallory Pugh may be doing some shifting in game. We will see about that. Our match referee for today, Quetzale Alvarado. It's an all Mexican officiating crew. USA in red, England in the predominant white. England coming off that devastating loss against France on Wednesday. They led for 80 minutes, gave up 2 goals in the end, and lost 2-1. Temperatures in the 20s as we start this. Sent long by Houghton and swept away by Julie Johnston. It's still 3 in the back for the USA, but it's a different group there. Sauerbrunn remains, but a couple of changes.
Yeah, with Julie Johnston coming into that center back position for Allie Long and Krieger on the left side. Really their first opportunity to start in this new system.
Lucy Bronze, who had a stint at the University of North Carolina. She's an All-American there in her short time. Bronze on the right. Saw her at the last World Cup. Takes off down that right sideline. Lucy Bronze picking up the speed as she goes. Waits for the help, finds it. Knocked away. It's Jordan Nobbs who was the intended target of that. Nobbs scored their only goal against France on Wednesday in Philadelphia. England keeping the ball to the right. Bronze. Far wing cross inside, and that's cleared away. It was intended for Tony Duggan, 19. Lloyd got it forward. Over the top. Offside flag is up. as the U.S. immediately try to spring Alex Morgan.
That spell of possession by England was more than they had against France the other night, but that ball over the top, this is something that the U.S. has been so good at historically. And I thought coming into this match we'd see a little bit of that from England, but it's the U.S. that starts right in the transition moment early on.
England back with possession. Nobbs leaving it off. Switch to this left side. Demi Stokes, who started the other night. Stokes pushing it up the wing. That's knocked away by Sauerbrunn.
And the U.S. has 7 changes, but so does this English team from their starting lineup against France the other night. Really only Stokes, Houghton, Bronze, and Nobbs are the mainstays from that lineup.
Laura Bassett. And then back to goal. Siobhan Chamberlain is there. She's been the backup goalkeeper for years for this England squad. She gets the start tonight. U.S. will win this. Lavelle lost it there. All eyes on Rose Lavelle tonight. A lot of potential. It's her first appearance, and she gets a start in her debut as well.
And maybe not the start she'd always dreamed of, not playing in her preferred position of that number 10 spot, but she's such a smart footballer that she's going to adjust just fine, you'd think. Of course, she's going to have the normal nerves that you would have in your first cap.
USA leads in the all-time series. They've never lost to England on home soil, nor have they conceded a goal on home soil against England in 5 tries.
And anyone who watched the previous matchup, not in the last year's SheBelieves Cup, but their other game, knows that England had one stolen away from them when Jodie Taylor got in.
Ball belongs to England. That is Carly Lloyd, who is from Delran, New Jersey, just down the road a bit. Collegiately played at Rutgers. And now she'll be joining several of these players on the field with Manchester City when this tournament ends. 8 players from Manchester City are on this England squad, and 6 of them are starting tonight. They'll be Carly Lloyd teammates after this tournament.
Well, that's one of the benefits that this English side has, having so many of these players play club together. They already have that chemistry, and Carly's not really familiar with them yet, as she hasn't trained with Man City.
Christensen with that pass that's picked off. Lloyd drops it back, gets the return. She tried to combine with Mewis, but England will take it back on the Carney feed. Now on left, an opportunity perhaps. Duggan. There was no one making that run though in the white of England.
No, but that's exactly how England wants to play. They like to force turnovers in their offensive half and try to go at goal directly. The U.S. Jill knows that they're going to try to play out of tight spots, and she knows they're going to concede some turnovers and is willing to take that lump in this growing phase for the United States.
The U.S. breaks it up. Mallory Pugh, number 2 in the red of the USA. Still a teenager and a player to watch. Got it towards Morgan. And it's going to go out for a USA throw-in. Krieger, into the middle it comes. Mewis. Sauerbrunn. Stays in the field of play. Now it goes out. Belongs to the U.S. Another throw in on this near side. In front of Mark Sampson. Did a great job with his team at the last World Cup. Surprisingly took England to 3rd place.
And I think he had an argument for being one of the managers of the tournament, the way he handled his team.
Crystal Dunn got it across. Lavelle goes after it. Defended by Bronze. Rose Lavelle crossing it. It's off the top of the net. Lavelle, the #1 pick in the NWSL draft. The Boston Breakers are excited about her joining their group.
And they're going to be excited that she's getting this experience because she's only going to grow from these type of matches. Just early on, some nerves for her with a couple missed touches. But back to Sampson, I mean, he was such a great manager in the 2015 World Cup. You did not know how this team was going to approach any game tactically. They were an amoeba. They changed it up, and even coming to this game tonight, I wasn't sure if they were going to high press or sit back, and right now it looks like they are sitting back in a 4-4-2.
Christensen lost it. Will try to recover against Lloyd. Done. Nice job. Right on the sideline. Finding Mallory Pugh. Cutting ball across is swept away. Up for a throw-in for the U.S. Sauerbrunn. Short one for Pugh. Cut off there by Bassett. Nearly a handball on this left side. Paris. Paris from Stokes. 3 goals and 8 appearances for Paris with England. Stokes. Paris. The cross. Oh, someone open to the far side, but that ball not crisp. Out. And that one gets away. Turnover for England. Throw in USA.
And you can see England's trying to get these man-up situations on the flanks. Get a little 2v1 and serve that box in. Serve that ball into the box, excuse me.
England played well last year in the first game of this tournament against the U.S. Only a brilliant goal from Crystal Dunn separated the two teams.
And it might have been an unfair result at that.
Pass ahead from Bassett was cleared away by Mewis. Springing Rose Lavelle into action. That talented left foot finds Morgan looking for Pugh. Blocked. Taken away by Christensen. Now England will look to break. Thrown on the far side for England. They'll close off this tournament with a game Tuesday versus Germany at RFK Stadium. The USA closes out with France. Wesley Bronze, one of those Manchester City players with that throw-in. Karen Carney, terrific player, drops it back. Nobbs, switched by Williams. Stokes. Taken away from Duggan. Mallory Pugh. Taken down from behind, late whistle, but a foul. A free kick for the U.S.
And this is probably a smart foul by Christensen there. You want to break up any sense of speed that Mal Pugh gets going with that ball.
Free kick for number 3, Samantha Mewis, her 20th international appearance for the U.S. Now she's going to make way. Or maybe not. It looked like she was going to change with Sauerbrunn, but it is Mewis.
And England's holding a high line.
Krieger. That's picked off. That's going to go out of play. We spoke to Ali Krieger yesterday. She thinks that this 3-person back line is a plus for her, Ali, no matter which side she plays on.
Yeah, I love what she had to say. She said, it's giving me the freedom to defend. I would never have said that. She clearly embraces that role, and she thinks she can focus on that aspect and get it to the playmakers on the field, and that's something that she can thrive in.
Paris. That was Lloyd Otter. England's ball. Throw it. Beyond 10 minutes here. It is scoreless opening half. Coming all the way back. Johnston finding Harris. It's given away. U.S. almost gave it away a second time. Horan moving it to Lavelle, who plays it back to Krieger. Lavelle on the left. Horan. High pressure now from England. Results in a takeaway. Nobbs will put it up and over.
And one of the things with this English team, against France, they petered out because they tried to press for that whole first half, and then they started to wane as the second half wore on. But in this first half already, I see England picking and choosing their moments of when to lock the United States in and try to pick it off high on the field. Much better game plan and one that's manageable against a U.S. team that is always very fit.
Krieger kept it on the deck, taken away. That's Farrell Williams, who draws the foul. She's played in 3 World Cups for England.
And Alex Morgan doesn't like this. Doesn't seem to be a foul at all. Soft call.
Steve Houghton. Outside flag is up on England. 13th minute, zeros on the scoreboard. A bitter cold day today at Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Julie Johnston in the middle. That's where Allie Long played the other night. Allie Long was probably the best player in the field for the U.S.
She was remarkable. She connected 74 over 78 passes.
Pugh down the left wing. England sensing the danger, collapsing on her. And Mallory Pugh's going to get called for the foul. The crowd doesn't like that.
And this is Rose Lavelle just handling some pressure. Look at that confidence on the ball. And slips a nice pass into Pugh's run there. Bronze is such a good defender. She's able to recover, gets her body between the ball and Mallory Pugh and forces the foul.
Rose Lavelle, one of the stories we were talking about tonight. For more on Rose, here's Jenny.
I wanted to learn a little bit more about Rose because she's new and getting that first cap. So I asked Lindsay Horan specifically because the two have experience playing together from the U20s. And Horan really complimented her teammate. She said she's so smart. She has such a great soccer mind. And you combine those two, and she is so dangerous. I know, Allie, when someone says that you're easy to play with, that's always a good sign.
Here's Pugh getting into the box. Cutting it back in front, swept away at the last moment. I think Stokes may be the one to get a piece of it. It goes over to Jordan Nobbs. That was Mallory Pugh making that dangerous run, opening things up for the U.S.
Something the U.S. didn't see much of against Germany the other night.
Intended for Duggan. Trying to win it back, but it was out.
And this is Pugh. You can just see how explosive she is. She's even pulling away with the ball, but doesn't pick the right gap to slip that in. I like Alex Morgan's movement to pull out to try to find a seam, but Pugh doesn't get her head up and recognize where that space is. Still does well to get around that edge.
Moved up by Horan. We saw Horan as a sub the other night. She played up top in that second half. Tonight she's back as a holding midfielder with Samantha Mewis.
She's another one with an opportunity in front of her to prove that she should be on the field.
Mewis, who went the full 90 the other night, finds Allie Krieger, the left back, sending it forward. It falls. Horan flags up though. Wouldn't have counted.
That's a good look from Allie Krieger. There's a ton of space in between that back line and the goalkeeper that this drops in. And Horan maybe just pulls her player down. Little tossing between the two before that ball is served. But the good sign for the U.S. is that you have 4 players sitting on that restraining line and that Allie Krieger recognizes it and plays that ball into that space.
Tuesday, Carly Lloyd leads the U.S. women's national team against France as action continues in the SheBelieves Cup. It's Tuesday at 7 Eastern on FS1. England on the ball, 17th minute, scoreless from Red Bull Arena. Jordan Nobbs holding it on the right. numbers getting forward for England. Duggan trying to go inside. Krieger knocked it away. Picked back up by Nobbs. Bronze. Houghton. Look at that ball. Finding its way. Nobbs. The cross. Blocked by Johnston. Headed away by Mewis. And England will get it back. The Williams pass. Paris. Stokes trying to take it around. Crystal Dunn. US loses it. Dunn helps with Pugh to try to get it back, but instead it's Christensen laying it in there. Blocked. Kept alive by Carney. Christensen. Carney. Give and go. Carney couldn't get through. Farrell Williams. Bronze. Forward for Paris, who'll come down with it. England playing with a little bit of confidence here on the ball. Stokes. Christensen blocked. Carly Lloyd takes over. Pugh from Morgan, and then Morgan continues her run. Horan wide. Lavelle. All-American out of the University of Wisconsin. Mewis. Horan. Lindsay Horan getting it out wider. Crystal Dunn, who now plays for Chelsea over in England. Couple of moves here and there. Dunn to the end line. The cross. It falls. Lavelle, big save. And it's cleared away. Big save by Chamberlain. Back comes England on the break. 2 against 3. Paris was slowed down well by Mewis. Carney. Nice ball ahead. Nobbs into the box. Settle there. Paris. Carney couldn't get the shot off.
And what a start for both these sides. Those last 2 attacks, very equal just in terms of breaking each other down, passing it around, having confidence on the ball. And Lavelle almost getting her first goal in her first cap.
Be a throw in here for the USA. Terrific save from Chamberlain.
It was, and Dunn just decides to go 1v1, gets the edge. This is a beautiful ball in, but the numbers initially is what draws the defense in, allows Lavelle to be sitting wide open on that back post. Little chip over the back, and this drops nicely for her, but she's unable to put it in the back of the net. Quality strike, but she's got to do better with that.
Back to live action. USA on the attack into the middle. It's intended for Pugh. It's Morgan who was leading the attack. US getting it back. Mewis. Players still up high from that last attack. Morgan slotting it through. Mewis looking for Lloyd. That's blocked. Morgan, shot blocked. Lloyd pouncing on it. Where is it? Now it falls to Chamberlain. The last 3 or 4 minutes, though, end to end.
And wide open. I did not anticipate this start to this match. I'm seeing England possess it, and I'm seeing the U.S. pull apart England on the reverse side. And here's Lloyd. The ball just gets tied up underneath. But this all started with Alex Morgan's movement in combination with Sam Mewis as she broke in behind the back line.
Carney is down. Didn't see what happened to her. England's already lost Alex Scott for this tournament with a calf injury. And because the tournament had already started, it was tough probably to bring in another player just to replace her. They don't want to lose any more with another game coming up, a tough one against Germany Tuesday.
No, and Carney's one of the experienced players on this English side. And they seem to be a bit more composed than they were against France the other night. Just in terms of when to press, when to sit back, and just linking up passing. They only had 36% possession when they played France the other night, and already tonight it's much better.
While we were watching that replay, we saw Morgan, Lloyd, and Pugh all gathered together having a discussion. And when you have injuries like this, when the ball goes out of play for any extended period of time, it's always interesting to see what the conversations are like. That time, the three attacking players. The other night, we saw the coaches get involved with players multiple times.
Well, look, that trifecta of Lloyd, Pugh, and Morgan is so potent and so important to this group. And you think about this first half, and Lloyd really hasn't been able to get on the ball and receive it in any type of space within the flow of play in the build-up yet.
Really? 27 degrees? Feels like what? 14? Don't you and I think it feels less than 14?
I couldn't make a comment on that. I'm a Cali girl, and I know I'd get ripped for it, so.
Jenny, you have a weather update? More than we do?
Guys, it is chilly down here. 27, you're saying it feels like 12 is what I'm seeing from my cell phone down here. And I have an update. 250 hand warmers were ordered by the national team. So I can confirm hopefully hands and feet are staying warm for them.
There are some that were ordered as well for the press box we can attest to, and they are working. Lavelle on the loose ball, gathering it in, pushing it back to Krieger. Lavelle. Ball deflected out, throw in for the USA. It's good to see that Karen Carney did get back up after we saw her down with that slight injury. It's going to be England's ball when play resumes with a throw-in. 24th minute, USA versus England. US has not lost in 4 games in the SheBelieves Cup, but have not won a game by more than a single goal. 3-1 to nothing result. So these games in this tournament last year and this year have been very tight with all these teams.
It's because they're bringing in the best competition from around the world, and that's what you want out of this tournament, to test your team against the best teams.
4 of the top 5 teams in the world are here in this tournament, cleared by Harris. Up for Lloyd. Mallory Pugh. Pushing it back just to keep possession. Horan. Sauerbrunn. Done. Off Lindsay Horan. Back for Becky Sauerbrunn. Julie Johnson, who plays for Chicago in the NWSL, finds Krieger.
And that solving of pressure right there by the U.S. was very good. In years past, the team would usually lump it forward just to relieve that pressure, but they tried to play out of it. It wasn't perfect on the carpet, but the ideas are there, the angles are there, more importantly.
Sauerbrunn for Crystal Dunn. Horan. Pugh. Lloyd to the right. Crystal Dunn trying to get a step behind the defense. Defended by Christensen. Pugh, edge of the box, puts it up there. It'll fall. England should be able to clear this out, and they do. Up to Paris, who will chase this ball down. U.S. wins it. Good job by Horan. England fighting to get it back, and the foul again goes against the United States. Captain Steph Houghton got the worst of that. She was the best left back at the Olympics in 2012, playing for Great Britain.
And that's just an elbow to the face. Looks like it's Pugh there.
Houghton's been involved in the last couple of World Cups for England. Steady performer, captain of club and country. Club team Manchester City. That was Nikita Paris. Thought she was fouled. Lavelle. Morgan. Krieger. It's Lindsay Horan. USA in that Germany game had over 56% of ball possession. England coming back on the right. It's Paris. Bronze oversteps. Lavelle to the middle for Lloyd. That's blocked. Lloyd trying to follow it up. That's Farrell Williams. Cutting. Play to the right. Paris. And that's going to be picked off and then cleared out.
But England is finding those gaps on the outside of the three backs for the United States. That's where some space is to be had.
Just like last year, Mark Sampson's team in a tight one against the U.S. Zeros on the board, 27th minute. Morgan.
And you like that commitment from her to get back and win the ball, but you also want her higher on the field so she can stretch the back line of England.
Debbie Stokes. Duggan. Back for Stokes, holding there. Right between the benches, ball almost out. Collected now by Johnston. She and Sauerbrunn were both central defenders at the last World Cup, but the U.S. then was in a back four. Now, several games, it's a back three. Seems like they're settling in on that formation with three in the back.
It seems to suit this team well, and for all the questions about whether they could play it against the top teams in the world, it certainly seems like they can.
Krieger. Long for Carly Lloyd. Lloyd is out wide. It was Pugh making the run. Blocked, cleared up the middle. Dangerous spot. Horan wins it. The shot is blocked. Erin Carney back on it. Fourth player to hit 100 caps for England. We'll find Nobbs. Back for Stokes. Duggan. Nice moves there for Duggan. Played back by Williams to Houghton, now to Bronze. Nobbs. Farrell Williams. Off target intended for Paris. Julie Johnston clears that one away. How different, Allie, is this game from the other night?
For the U.S., I would say it's very different. It's much more open from both sides. I don't think either team is squeezing the game the way they should be. They're allowing each other to play too much. They're not getting as tight as they should be to disrupt any sense of rhythm.
There's Paris. Strong run, slowed down by Ali Krieger. Ball is played across. No shot there, though, for England. Picks right back up. Drop back for Stokes on the wing. Christensen. It's blocked. Mallory Pugh trying to keep it in front of her. She's got that sideline. Morgan joins on the full sprint. So does Lloyd, calling for the ball. Pugh pulls it back for Dunn.
And that is a decision that's wise beyond her years.
It wasn't on, right? So rather than force it, ball played inside. Swept away by England. Horan back on it. Horan's been very active in that holding midfielder role tonight. Up for Lloyd. Can she turn? Try to lay it off. She had Lavelle on the left.
That's the gap. That's the seam that Carly Lloyd needs to sit in and get the ball. That almost pulled off right there, that little slip pass.
Carney. Turning it upfield for England. They're getting ready for Euro 2017. They've already qualified for that tournament. It'll be played later this calendar year. Following Carly Lloyd. Free kick England.
And no real need to foul there from Carly Lloyd. She's got Christensen getting pinned against the sideline 1v1 with no help in sight. Little more patience there would behoove her.
How has England looked to you tonight over 30 minutes?
I think fantastic in terms of their ability to possess. When I watched the France match back, what I saw out of them was their ability to penetrate and penetrate quickly, but they didn't look to possess the ball much. Tonight is a different game plan. They're looking to possess and break down the U.S. in these pockets on the outside towards the flank.
26-year-old Demi Stokes.
But they haven't looked as dangerous in behind. They haven't threatened in behind.
Stokes, formerly from the University of South Florida, sending it forward. Harris pounced on it, save Harris! Terrific save! Nikita Paris was robbed by Ashlyn Harris. England almost got on the board first. Lifted by Williams towards Paris. That goes against England.
Two young players on the field, whether it's Rose Lavelle and on this flip side, Nikita Paris, getting little half volley opportunities, and they both lace them right at both goalkeepers. But great save by Ashlyn Harris. She gets her feet set, it looks like, and makes a quick reaction save.
It's one of the positions still up for grabs, right? Goalkeeper. Jill Ellis has two, actually three on this roster, counting Jane Campbell. But right now, Alyssa Nair, Ashlyn Harris alternating the first two games, and the goalkeeping pool goes about 5 deep, and someone is going to have to claim that job before the next big tournament.
And I think Jill Ellis is being patient about it and committed to giving both Harris and Nair time in the net to see what they can do as they gain experience, because that's something they didn't get when Hope Solo was in the picture. Right now it's about reps and growing in confidence.
Only the 12th international appearance for Ashlyn Harris. Alyssa Nair has 11, including the game on Wednesday. And they've been around for a few years with this team. Lavelle, broken up by Paris. Carney. Karen Carney towards the middle. Was cut off. That was Lavelle doing some nice defensive work. Lloyd picks it up.
And that was one of the things Jill Ellis said to us about Lavelle. As long as she committed to the defensive work, whether she won it or not was almost immaterial. She wants to see her commit. And as she grows at the international level, gets stronger and is able to use her body better, she'll come up with those challenges more often than not.
How does she look to you, considering that's not her normal position?
I don't think we've seen how she can make her statement on a game yet, but I do think she looks relatively confident given it's her first cap.
This is Lavelle on the ball, on the left. Drops it off. US looking. Sending that one in high and wide of Chamberlain.
And just that by Lavelle is so smooth. And here we get a look at Harris's save. She comes out off of her line, cuts down that angle, and makes that quick cat-like reflex. I'm sure she'll be happy with that, and you always want to get your first save under your belt in a tight match like this.
Harris was the goalkeeper of the year last year, playing for Orlando in the NWSL. Ball cleared out by England. 35th minute, scoreless between the USA and England. Our first game earlier today ended up with zeros on the board between France and Germany. This could be the first corner.
It is, in fact, and England has actually conceded 3 header goals in their last 3 matches, some on set pieces, some in the flow of play. So they haven't been as disciplined in their marking. Something to keep an eye on.
Tobin Heath took the ball the other night. She's not in the starting 11 today. It's Rose Lavelle that's going to take this first corner.
And that tells you what kind of confidence Jill Ellis has in her if she's one of the set piece takers already.
Lavelle went to the near post. That one's cleared away. Coming all the way back. Sauerbrunn. Short ball to Pugh. Lavelle stayed forward, made herself available for that pass. Lavelle with the right, played it across, bobbled by Chamberlain, and then she holds on. But Lavelle not afraid to go with the right foot in that situation.
No, I mean, she's technically proficient on both sides. I like how she holds her run, but Mal Pugh cuts inside to create that angle to slip into her, which is so nice. And Lavelle wants to hit that near post for Carly Lloyd to sneak in on, just doesn't quite come off.
Knocks forward. Nobbs looking, sending it in. It's blocked by Johnston. She'll clear it. Nobbs is looking for her second goal of this tournament. We see Bronze getting it back from Jordan Nobbs. Edge of the box cleared out by Horan.
Those are the soft spots in this U.S. formation when they're caught in their attacking shift. Right outside, those outside backs and in behind the halves.
Johnston, Horan, Krieger. U.S. Crystal Dunn and Rose Lavelle have changed sides, just like Dunn and Heath did the other night. Carney. Opportunity perhaps. Duggan fires high and over Harris. Goal kick U.S.
But that's how quickly this English team can transition to attack, and Duggan is someone who's not afraid to unleash that from way out. Becky Sauerbrunn is backing up, thinking she's protecting the space in behind, and Duggan says, why not have a go?
It's an experienced English side. 15 players represented England at the last Women's World Cup. Farrell Williams knocking it forward, right side. Nobbs, who plays for Arsenal. Too long, intended for Paris. And Harris will keep it in play. Tomorrow in FS1, Atlanta United. It'll be their first game, one of 2 new expansion teams. They'll take on the New York Red Bulls, and we'll have coverage for you on Fox. The other expansion side, Minnesota, opened up last night, losing big. 5-1
They sure opened up.
Yeah. 22nd year of Major League Soccer, now 22 teams. A lot of great storylines heading into a new season. Throwing for Ali Krieger. Intercepted now, Carney. Needed a better ball to get someone through. Harris clears it off the left foot. Out of play. Throwing for Lucy Bronze. 25-year-old right back. Try to find Carney. Intercepted. And England will claim the ball back with Houghton. Nice flick from Carney. Paris. Duggan calls for it. It's cut back instead. Christensen couldn't find it. Carney, nice job to recollect it, send it across, and there's Harris intercepting it.
I think Nikita Paris has been fantastic for England. She looks unafraid out there, taking on and really always calm on the ball to possess when Matt's on as well. This U.S. side is having a bit of trouble just building out of pressure. Right now, a lot of their success is coming from these transition moments.
Well, couldn't slip that ball through. Duggan's pass for Carney is blocked. Paris had it taken away. Horan. U.S. clipping it to the right. That's picked off Christensen. Lavelle for the USA. From Mallory Pugh. Dropping it back. Just outside the circle, it's Mewis. For Ali Krieger. Last few years, Krieger's played with Washington in the NWSL. Now she joins Orlando. Here's Lloyd. Flicks forward. Ball cleared away. Horan stays with it. Lavelle wants it on the left foot. Keeps it. Sends it across the way. Good vision. Finding Dunn. Cutting back to the right foot. Playing it in, and a harmless ball toward goal.
The final product wasn't there, but that build-up by the U.S. was fantastic. Started with Mallory Pugh to Sam Mewis, switched the point of attack. All of it was so good. And here's just a quick look at England's opportunity. That's Paris on the ball. She gets her head up, tries to find Nobbs, who lose it at the last minute. But For the U.S., that last attack is brilliant. All of it is patient until the final product, but Lavelle's awareness to get it around the outside. I think right now the U.S. is stalling when they try to attack in the 18 box centrally. Get around the edge.
Carney. Bronze. Trying to go against Dunn. Carney got it forward. Harris punched it out. 2 fists in the ball. Mewis for Crystal Dunn. Final minutes of this opening half, and the ball goes out. '43rd minute. Both teams have had chances to score in this one.
The one thing that we have yet to see is Alex Morgan getting in behind. When you think of one of her strong suits, it's that run off the center back shoulder, getting in behind. The U.S. right now, they're trying to play out of tight spaces, but no one's getting their head up and finding her in that gap.
The U.S. attacking with numbers 5, now 6 joining in. Morgan can't get by Bronze. Carney. It's late as well, that call. But a big opportunity here for the U.S. on this free kick.
Samantha Mewis just cuts across Carney, draws that foul. And now this is at a distance that's prime for Carly Lloyd to have a go.
To be about 26 or so yards away from goal. Now Lloyd walks away from it, so it's, and Lavelle walked away from it as well. Looked like they were going to have a little meeting about it, but now it's going to be Mewis.
And you wonder if this is something from the training ground with those two sitting there on the edge of the wall.
Mewis ready to strike on that whistle. Kept it low, it's blocked, picked up. Lavelle, back to Mewis, inside off Lloyd. 9 times out of 10, she'll redirect that one toward goal. I think that was unexpected.
That looked like it was just peppered at her head. Too quick for her to react there. But on the initial go, I think they were trying to lay it into where Lloyd and Lavelle were sitting in the wall, so they'd moved the last minute. And here's Mewis just trying to get that on frame, and Lloyd's in the way a bit.
Chamberlain will put this one back into play. Her club side is Liverpool. Almost done with this first half of play from Red Bull Arena. Horan lost it there, chipped ahead by Christensen. Johnston will run it down and play it back to the feet of Harris. Ashlyn Harris will play it wide for Krieger. That should do it. First half has come to a close. No real stoppage time here. Players can now try to get to a warmer tunnel and into the locker room, then come back, regroup. We'll bring you the second half of play. Scoreless between the United States and England. Coming up at halftime, Jenny Taft and Tony DeChico. So keep it here on Fox.